All right, Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, we want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Kodash. Double honors to our elders, the apostles of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers who are out there doing the work in sincerity and in truth. Keep pushing. We are almost out of here, okay? And this lesson is getting on suffering, affliction, and proving your soul, all right? And this it applies to all of us, but especially you brothers. What's going on? Okay. Oh, Shalom. Oh yeah, brothers. But yeah, especially you brothers who are out there, just not coming into this faith. You younger brothers, all right? Especially you, because you're about to see things and you're about to go through things. And pretty much we're gonna kind of, in this lesson, Lord will edify you and paint the picture a bit, you know, for you on things that you're gonna experience and how you're gonna experience them, man. All right, you can get Revelation chapter 10.
This book of Revelation 10
and start verse 9.
Verse 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey, and as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter.
Gone. So he told you. It was in his mouth, sweet as honey. That book is talking about this, man. The word. So when he took on the word in his mouth, it was sweet. All right? But in his belly, shalom, brother. Shalom. But in his belly, it was bitter. Now, what does that mean? All right? Because when he first came into this truth, you know, it feels good to be an Israelite, right? And you fresh out the world, so you happy. You came onto the knowledge. You doing different things and all that, and you telling people, or you may have a camp and you out there teaching, it's cool brothers and stuff like that, and you vibing. And you got the job that you had while you came into the truth, or the same woman, different things like that. You got the life, right? Well, all this gonna be shaken up, man. See, when it gets to a certain point in your life, man, you have no experience while you're in the truth. All right, you just have the world's experience, and especially you young brothers who coming in, you brothers who are young of age, you know, you're like 15, 16, this definitely will hit you in a certain way, man. It hits every brother, but it's definitely gonna hit you in a certain way because you have no experience whatsoever. So you're gonna have to experience women in this truth. You're going to have to experience going out and about, seeing the world in this truth, traveling in this truth, losing your job, losing your family, whatever the case may be. All these things can hit you. They can hit you piece by piece, and sometimes they'll hit you all at the same time.
Hey, can I say something? You know, it's just a point. Hey, because another reason that is sweet is because you're reckless and you're careless in the beginning. You know, and because you're looking at this system as though it's now you're in it, tomorrow is going down. So now you go extremely hard.
Yep.
But the scriptures talk about how that race is not given unto the swift, you know, and you realize that you have to endure. You got to endure all these trials, these tribulations. You got to endure life. Like it start to grow in this truth, and that's bitter, because with much wisdom, there is much grief, you know. So that's one of those trials in the beginning, how it's real sweet to you, and because your mentality is that this society is going down tomorrow. You prophesying, you praying that yeah, it's definitely coming. 2 years done went by, oh yeah, it's definitely coming. 5 years done went by, you know, and then you realize how bitter this true walk really is, man. And but that goes into spiritual growth, and because a man that hasn't experienced things in life is not knowledgeable or is not useful to another man. You know, you got to be able to, and because the most wisest men upon planet Earth got stories to tell you because they've been through things. You know.
Hey, and each brother's spiritual journey is customized by Yahweh Hashem Al Shai. So although we listen to what the elders are saying, and of course we attain knowledge, spiritual knowledge from them, but at the same time, this journey, you gotta walk your own walk, man. And just because he went through a certain situation, I may not never go through that. But this brother may go through that, and that brother may go through that. Because the Most High is well balanced. Everybody's not gonna lose their families. But we know that collectively, we're gonna be purified through afflictions, through tribulations, and that's gonna make the body have that total balance, man. All right?
You gotta be proven, man.
Yeah.
All right? You gotta be proven. See, when you first come into this thing, you're not proven, man. You're not proven. Remember, Peter said the trial of your faith. That's a trial, man.
That's right.
So you're gonna go through things.
I got one for you too.
You wanna get yours first?
Yeah, I'll get it real quick. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 37, and verse 27. My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it.
Right, and it's telling you, my son, prove thy soul in thy life. All right. So you gonna have your soul gonna have to be proven, man. You're gonna have to prove it. And it said, and what is evil for it, give not that unto it. So guess what's gonna happen? You gonna go out and about, and you gonna have to get some experience, and you gonna find out things that are evil for your soul. And how do you find out things that are evil for your soul, man? By actually having to do it, man.
It said that righteous man falleth 7 times.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it, he realizes that he knows it. So then he corrects it. He tweaks whatever that was that got him out of whack, or whatever caused that effect.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, cause you gonna mess up when you come into this. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's bitter. Yeah, that's bitter too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause when you come into this truth, your spirit really totally trying to do the right thing. You know, 100%. But that would be no point in your house shine. We just continually gonna mess up and stuff like that. That's why we make these mistakes and things of that such, and your house shine correct us through the spirit. You know.
And just, can I get a quick one to match you? And this is Genesis 3 and 5. For the Most High doeth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
Yep.
Perfect balance right there.
So how you gonna learn evil? Hey, when you get to that bitter part in this truth, yeah, like you say, when you first come into the truth, it's sweet as honey. Yeah, you get it. But then, hey, you're gonna have to be molded, man. And you're gonna have to be proven. All right? You're gonna have to be shown faithful in the midst of everything, man, that you go through and that's being thrown at you. So when you get out there, man, oh yeah, things gonna happen. You're gonna lose your temper. You're gonna know, okay, when I drink too much or do stuff like this, I get crazy. or when I mess with this type of woman, or I know not to mess with this type of woman. How do you know not to mess with that type of woman? Because you done messed with that type of woman before.
That's right.
All right? Because you done did it. And then when you come to a point, then after you make it out of that. See, but you have to make it out of that, man. That's where a lot of men fall. And that's where a lot of guys get messed up. Because that process take years, man. All right? It take years. Some might be shorter than others, but that process, it can take years, man. And a lot of guys, they done fell out during that process because they couldn't take the rebuke of the Lord, man. He'll send brothers to rebuke you and tell you, hey, man, this is that and such and such. You can't be doing that, man. But the guy, he'll justify himself, or it'd be different things like that. All right?
Well, yeah, hey, because basically that's how you know yourself, by going through your weaknesses, man. You know, because if you're constantly winning all the time, why do you examine yourself? All right, well, through your mishaps, your misfortunes, you know, things of that nature, that's how you get that spiritual growth, man.
You think somebody like Mayweather, LeBron care about fucking up?
Right.
They don't care.
They don't give a fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
You know?
That's why the scripture was, hey, if I'm not mistaken, was it a prayer of Solomon? It was a prayer of David back in the book of Psalms when it said, give me neither riches nor poverty.
Yeah.
Because those riches bring forth pride, you know, and you forget about the Heavenly Father, and then that poverty that brings forth such grief to where you're going to do something to break one of the commandments and sin against the Heavenly Father.
That's right.
So the Lord, so he prayed that the Heavenly Father put him in a balanced position to be able to juggle the two.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and since you brought that out, that balanced position, the Apostle Ariamla, he made a video that the Lord not gonna give you more than you can handle. Okay. When you first start getting proven, you may get put up in a impoverished position, man. Because your faith got to be proven, man. Remember in Wisdom of Solomon, it says wisdom gonna discipline you first, man. Okay, so you're gonna have to get disciplined. And then after a while, when you start balancing yourself out and you found faithful in the midst of all this, okay, then the Lord start working with you on a higher level, man. You know, but like I say, you getting thrown out your comfort zone, man. You gonna get thrown out. It's all right when you first come in, but then you gonna get thrown out there, man.
It says wisdom tried you with her discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And that discipline goes into those sweet and bitter moments. And I have one more precept.
Okay.
I mean,
Cool.
not one more precept, the last verse in Sirach 37, and this verse 28. Backing up Priest Abadi's point, it says, "For all things are not profitable for all men, neither hath every soul pleasure in everything." You know, so that was going into how you said.
Yeah, because you may like a pleasure and I may not like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so basically something he does may balances the elder out in the spirit. And something I may like may not balance this elder out in the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time frame, we're still unified in the mind of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai.
That same body.
The same body, man.
Yep. Good.
It's Romans 5:1. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with the Most High through our Lord Yahweh Shai, by whom also we have access by faith into His grace, wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of the Most High. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience.
Right. Working patience, man. Because Elder Mayumi said it earlier, when you first come into the truth, you think the Lord coming back tomorrow, man. You know, but then as you go on, you know, you might have had a little smug on your face, a little smirk or something. Hey, after a while of being in this truth, man, if time goes on, hey, you got a little scowl on your face, man. People like, what's wrong? You look serious.
Yeah. I can make a point.
Oh, yeah.
And because Scripture teach you to, if at all possible, be at peace with all men. When you first come into the truth, you cursing every single soul out.
Mm-hmm.
You burned every bridge that you've ever crossed in your life because of that zeal.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You just want to go back home.
you just want to go back home
Yep.
because that truth was so sweet to your ears and it just touched like the core of your soul and you were happy.
Mm-hmm.
But then you
Yep.
realize, like, dang, I kind of need these people, man. You know, damn, why I say that to my boss?
Yep.
You know?
Still had a job. But it's true, man. You know, it's true. We laugh at it because, you know, hey, we done been there, man. You know, when we first got on the highways, man, I'll tell you experience, man. When we first got on the highways, man, it was like probably about 7 months in, 8 months in, it hit St. Patrick's Day. All right. Hey, we went in the heart of St. Patrick's Day, man. And we was teaching. We ain't bother nobody. But guess what? Esau messed with us. We ended up getting in a fight, man. And, you know, and we ended up beating up a whole bunch of Edomites. But guess who got locked up? You know what I'm saying? We did. You know what I'm saying? We got put in the holding cells, all that different stuff. And a brother had to come out, a lot of money, you know, to get us out. Then we had to get lawyers, and all praises, all the charges were dropped because they put fake charges on them. But we learned after that that's not how you're supposed to do things, man. You know, we learned, all right, look, you ain't got to go in the midst of all that. Just go teach the word where you can get this word out, man, and edify. You know, you ain't got to go in a bunch of Edomites or go out on the 4th of July or all these different places in the heart of all these people who don't give a damn, man. We learned that, you know.
I got some real quick. Did you finish up? All right, go ahead.
Romans 5:4. And patience, experience hope.
Yeah. So experience is a key thing that you're gonna need to get in this truth, man. So in order for you to get experience in this truth, not your world experience, because guys who try to bring their world experience in here, they all end up falling out. But now, men who can get experience in this truth, you know, that's key. So the Most High is gonna put you in positions where you're gonna have to get experience, man. All right, and you're gonna have to learn it, and you're gonna have to not get bugged out in the midst of it, in the midst of those sufferings, in the midst of the pain, in the midst of the fame or whatever that you may run into. You're not supposed to bug out with it, man.
Hey, this is on Ezekiel 2:9. And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. Yeah, because just like the elder was stating, like when when John had received the word, hey, it was bitter. At first it was sweet, but it became bitter. Now this is the same book that Ezekiel was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with the prophecies, and dealing with the also and dealing with the way you have to be in this truth, man. You know, because hey, you're gonna lose in this thing, man. Hey, that's why Apostle Paul, if I could just bring it out, Elder, that would bring the point closer to home. This is actually Corinthians. I'll be real quick. Philippians 3:8. Yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Mashiach Yahushua, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Mashiach. You know, and that's just a part of it, man. You're not gonna win, because if you're winning all the time now, hey, what's the purpose of the kingdom, man? You know, but at the same time frame, this lesson through the Spirit is just to admonish the younger brothers, man. You know, you just have to pace yourself in this truth, man, and be extremely circumspect. You know, always deal in the Spirit, man. You know, leave that carnality bullshit behind you, man, because the Spirit always rules the flesh. And at the end of the day, when you have that spiritual perspective, you're going to win in the Spirit if Yahweh Shem allows you to.
When you the person who getting rebuked by a bunch of brothers, and you the person who out there catching hell, or a lot of demons attack you, or different things like that, you know, scriptures tell you to set your heart aright, man. You know, and do the right thing. All right, and with that, that's also proving you, man. I say that's part of the trial of your faith. In the midst of that, you're supposed to be found faithful, man. You're supposed to be that servant who went through all that and walked out, man. Cause man, it's a lot of guys, man. Look at Nazariah. You know, look at the men who done fell out, man.
That's the true definition of the Spirit being taken from him.
He wouldn't listen to the rebuke, man. That was the trial of his faith, man. When he got kicked out and them guys were out on their own, man, that was part of the trial. Like, are they gonna do the work? Are they gonna do the right thing? And guess what? They didn't do it, man. So now what are they? They found unworthy, man. So that little bit that they had has been taken away from them. That's why they all over there tripping, man. And the same thing has happened with a lot of men. Just like it was one brother a couple years back who fell out, went off with an Edomite woman, and died, didn't he? I believe he died. You know? So it's like, man, you had a chance to be proven and catch it and stay faithful in the midst of it, and you didn't stay faithful, man. That's why the scriptures say a man who's found faithful with nothing, how much more with everything, man. A man who could be faithful with nothing at all, he could definitely be faithful if you gave him something, man. You know, just like a dog, you know.
And a precept. All right, you hold something?
You go.
All right, this 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11 says, when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child.
Oh, like I say this, a child. When you first start in this truth, you a child, man. All right, you a newborn babe. And the scriptures in Proverbs, it tell you foolishness is in the heart of a child, man. All right, so if you a newborn babe, a child in this thing, hey, you got foolishness in you, man. You got to be purged from that. Like I say, when you was a child, you spake as a child. And the same thing when you a spiritual child, man. You got to be purged from that. And that's going to come with rebuke, man. The Lord may send brothers to rebuke you, or the Lord may get on your ass. Hey, it's the name of the game, as they say. Go ahead.
It says, I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Mm-hmm. So when you get proven, and it's true, you put away the childish things, man.
Can I just add? Because what happens when you get rebuked, like even when your physical father used to whoop you, you know, or he gets you and you know you get in trouble or something, the first thing you want to do, you want to just act all crazy. You don't want to take it. Mm-hmm. But you know, through the spirit, you know, so once your spiritual fathers and your elders get on you, man, hey, you got to man up and take it, man, because at the end of the day, they're looking out for your behalf, man, because they want you to attain salvation just like they want to be saved.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it. You know, so one of the points I wanted to pull from it too, just bring it back home to the topic of that sweet and that bitter walk in this truth. Hey, because when you're a child, everything's sweet because everything's brand new. You're reckless, you're careless, you know, you're not responsible.
Everything's given to you.
Everything's given to you, you know. But it says, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. That's that bitter side to it, because now you realize you have to grow up. Now you realize that you have responsibilities and you have duties as a man of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that you can no longer be that old man that you were, or you can no longer be that child that you once were. Hey, because even throughout all the afflictions that Yahweh had put upon Job, he told Job to gird up his loins like a man. You know, after it was all said and done, he broke him down to the least, what you call the least common denominator, and then he still demanded his loins to be girded and for him to stand before him in boldness and still continual faith.
Yeah, he did. I mean, hey, what better example than Job, man? That was for us, man. That was for us, you know.
It's Hebrews 12:5. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him.
Right. So don't, hey, because it just said don't faint when you get rebuked of the Lord, man. Because you're going to have stuff happen to you, man. You may end up in a bad wreck, you know, some stuff, you may do something stupid, man, and it may halfway ruin your life. You know, that don't mean give up the faith now. Right. You know, you go crazy, hey, I got to go out here and get it. Fuck this shit. You know, and now you ain't at camp no more. You just go MIA. No, you being rebuked of the Lord, man. It's normal, man. That's what we was talking about. Hey, you prove your soul, see what's evil, see it was good for it, man. All right, because you're going to get to the point where, hey, you going to do something, man. And like I say, if a brother ain't right there in your face, hey, the Lord done rebuke you, man. Or he done sent brothers to rebuke you for him, man. Either way, don't despise it, man. You going to go through it. Don't think there's a way out. It ain't no way. Me and this brother talked yesterday. It ain't no way out, man.
Yeah, it says make not haste in time of trouble.
Yep.
Ain't no way out. You can't run from when that affliction begins to start coming near unto you. You know?
Or as we say down here, just embrace the edge, man. Just embrace it, man. Embrace the edge, you know. Just embrace it, man. You know, and that's how you become better. You embrace it, man. You realize what's happening, and that way, like the scriptures say, offend less. Why is it telling you to offend less? Because you're gonna offend, man. So be faithful, man. Don't bug out like we see a lot of men doing, bugging out, man. 3 videos, man. That's crazy. 3 videos. Like, man, you bugging out, man. You know, hey, we about to get out of here, man. All right, go on.
Hebrews 12:6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If you endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But he be without chastisement, whereof are all partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
Exactly. So if you just out here winning, no chastisement, you out here in the streets, like me and the brother was talking earlier, and we was like, we look at Jake. Jake out here overdosing on codeine. He's on Xanax. He's on Bud Light with on Intaka vodka with and weed all at the same time, and then decides to drive and drives up in a 2018 brand new fully loaded Cadillac Escalade and goes and blow 10,000. And you like, why is this man, like, I'm talking about happy as hell, man. I'm talking about this guy's happy as hell like this. And you look at that like, why is this man like this? That's because he's not being chastened. And in the end, when they catch up to him, he gonna lose.
That's right.
He's a bastard.
That's right. What the scripture say? Let favor be shown to the wicked.
Mm-hmm.
That pretty much let you know the wicked of our people gonna be winning on this side, man.
Yep.
I had a real quick one. Just to prove when you come into this truth, you're gonna get appointed to misfortunes, trials and tribulations, anguishes, things of that such. It's 1 Thessalonians 3:1. Wherefore, when we could no longer forbear, we thought it to be good to be left at Athens alone, and sent Timotheus, our brother and minister of the Most High, and our fellow laborer in the gospel of Yahushua, to establish you and to comfort you concerning your faith, that no man should be moved by these afflictions, for yourselves know that we are appointed thereunto.
We're appointed for afflictions. All right, so don't be moved by it. You know, like I say, you see a lot of men fall weak, and they were on fire at first, but when that hell came, man, or different temptations came, guess what? They fell off by and by, man. The fire started, the milk started going bad, man.
Yeah. I got a quick one. Luke 14:27. And whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
Right, so you gotta embrace the edge, man, if you want to be the Lord's disciple, man. You gotta get it, and you gotta carry it, man. You gotta go through it, or just go back in the world. This ain't for you, man. It ain't for you if you don't want to go through that. All right, because the Apostle Hart did a video on work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, and pretty much telling brothers, hey, don't be weak. And all these different things, man. Hey, that's supposed to get you going, man. You're not supposed to, I'm offended. How you gonna talk to me like that? He done made the video for every brother, but you know, and that's how some guys get, you know? And we can't afford to be that way in the time that we in, man. Because we're in a time of life and death, man. Lord could very well smite you out here, man. All right? Hand you over to these 2/3, man. These 2/3 murk your ass out here, man. They killing each other every single day out here, man. The Lord unleashing those spirits, man. Cause like, you know, I know down here I was checking the homicides on the news, man. All of them except for 2 people was under 33, man. Everybody dying at 17, 19, 22, 24. 27, 28. Hey, that's showing you the level of the Lord on, man. He ain't playing. All right.
And this is 1 Peter 1:7. Okay. 1 Peter 1:7. That the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold.
Right. It said the trial of your faith is much more precious than of gold. So it's letting you know, hey, when you go through this thing, man, hey, this is the precious part right here. This is what the angels watching, and this is what brothers are looking at when they see you, and they like, man, you catching hell. It's like, man, he walking right through it. Hey, you look, and hey, that'll make you admire a man. Like, man, you saw it. Hey, man, hey, let me get you a drink, brother. You just act like you ain't phased. You just keep going. And you know it probably hit him, but he's going and he's faithful. It's like, man, you know, and the angels looking at it, cheering us on. Like, I told you he wasn't going. I told you he wasn't going. Hey, they seeing that, man. But then you look at another guy. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and commit adultery. They like, yeah, Satan. Go ahead and get him now. He through. Lord don't want him, man. He unworthy. And that's how it is, man. Hey, that's why I said it's more precious than gold, because that's your trial. You got to go through it, and you got to be found worthy, man. You can't drop the cross, man. You know, that's like everybody carrying a casket, right? Everybody's carrying a casket, man. Then Paul burst, like a banana peel on his hand or something.
The body fall out.
Yeah.
Popping out the casket.
I rubbed too much coconut oil on my hands. I'm sorry. Hey, the body done fell out and everything, man.
Straight up.
Yeah, he done messed the whole funeral up, man. Or like that guy who's like who's running track, man, and he was like 10 yards away from the finish line, and he caught a cramp, man, and this guy, he rolled off the track. Instead of limping on one leg and finishing, the guy rolled off the track yelling, "Coach! Coach!" Like, man, he was spazzing out. And I still remember that day like it was yesterday, man. The coach was cursing him out. Everybody hated him, man. He never ran again. You know, his track. He never ran again, man. And never started again at football either, because he was a football player. Hey, I'm talking about they buried him under the bench, man.
We got blackballed.
So, yeah, but that's what happens to a guy who's like that. That same thing in his truth, man. When you building a house and you ain't even finished, man. You were talking all that noise when you first came into the truth about how you this, we Israel, this, and these people on this, and they get destroyed, and then you didn't even finish. Now everybody looking at you like, man, you remember what you said? Yeah, now you getting mocked, and you mad at everybody else for finishing their house. So you just a dude whose shoes nobody want to be in. All right.
Back into 1 Peter 1:7, that the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold that perish, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua Mashiach.
Right, because hey, when the Lord come back, man, brothers going through this will literally be legends. Lord will, we endure it to the end. Because it's like, hey, everybody, the nation would have a story to tell about you, man. Hey, man, this happened in America, and they went that, and man, he was crying and everything, and then he just went out and kept doing the work. And yeah, people be talking about that marveling, man.
I got a quick one for you.
You know?
Zephaniah 3:19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
Exactly. So that's praise and fame, man. You getting that honor, you getting that glory. And you have to keep that in mind, man.
As you being humble.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Hey, it humbles you, man. This humbles you. Because you know it's the Lord who got you in this thing. It ain't you. It ain't nothing about you. Yeah, you might be a great teacher, great brother, which that's good. You endure to the end with that. You're going to be recognized for that, man.
Right.
But you got to endure to the end. You have to endure to the end. Because there has been great teachers. There's one that is wise and teaches many, but yet is unprofitable unto himself, man. Why is he unprofitable unto himself? Because the trial of his faith, he gave in. He tried to take a shortcut, man. Tried to find a way out, man. And then lost. All right.
1 Peter 4:12. You know that? 1 Peter 4:12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
Right. Yeah, like it's something new to you. This ain't new, man. Hey, It's all throughout the scriptures. This about to happen to you. This is what's gonna happen to you. You come serve the Lord, man. Okay? So keep that in mind and be faithful. All right? But even with this video being made, Lord will, it edifies brothers, but hey, according to the scripture, it's still gonna be men bug out once the hell comes, man. You know? But for serious-minded brothers, hey, take heed, man. Take heed, man. We've been through it and going through it. All right?
Because the Most High is going to give the elect that trapdoor to escape. And that's what Apostle Ramah's video was about today. He was saying, like, the reason why Job went through all of it and came through because that affliction was customized for Job, and the Most High knew that he could make it because he gave him the spirit to make it. So just like each and every elect brethren in the truth, although it's customized, the Most High is going to give him that trapdoor to escape.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you go ahead.
Okay. It's James 5 and 10. Just get to the point. It says, "Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy."
Mm-hmm. Break it down, bro.
Come. And so this pretty much is going into when you come into His truth. Like I brought out the scripture in 1 Thessalonians, how it's appointed until you, when you start catching this hell, you look up that word appointed, it goes to destined by the Heavenly Father, man.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the brother just brought out, it's customized for each and every brother, what curses or what type of trials and tribulations or distresses they're going to go through, man. It's spiritually customized for you, man. And how Bashan Shai has that spiritual trapdoor for you to escape that, man.
It ain't nothing that you can't handle, man. You can handle it. You built for it, man. All right.
And it's all been seen before.
Yep.
That's why you was expounding that it's not a such thing as a strange thing.
Yeah.
Because although you're going through it, this brother done went through it, that brother done went through it. The apostles, first and foremost, have went through it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. While we look not at the things which are seen.
And that's the kingdom of heaven, man. Because when you're going through this bullshit, you don't see it. You know, because you're thinking about the here and now. You know, when you're thinking spiritual, you're thinking afar. You know, you're seeing things that cannot be seen on down the road. But when you're carnal, all you're concerned about what you doing as you pass by these stores and this exit sign.
Mm-hmm.
But at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal.
Yeah, what we see right now, what we go through is temporal, man. That's why it's entitled that, or that's why it's classified as that light affliction, man.
It says, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Right, and the kingdom is everlasting, and we can't see it, but faith, we see it vividly.
Come, that's it.
All right, Ecclesiasticus 17 and 25. Return unto the Lord and forsake thy sins. Make thy prayer before his face and offend less.
All right, so it's telling you, hey, return to the Lord, man. All right, so when all this stuff goes on and this suffering goes on and affliction goes on in your life, and you get rebuked of the Lord or brothers rebuke you because you done messed up, you know, hey, return to the Lord, man.
That's right.
Offend less, learn, keep going.
Yeah.
Don't be looking at brothers and, hey, what about what you did last summer? Like, I know what you did last summer, ass Jake. You know, want to bring that up, man. You got drunk, you took your shirt off and that. Like, man, come on, bro. We talking about you, man. Like, why are you over here doing it? Stop being a demon, man.
It's a vibration of a woman, man.
Yeah, that's what women do, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get to arguing with a woman, man, she can tell you what you did when you was 2, man. And she wasn't even there, man.
Your mama told me.
Yep. She told you, well, what your mom told her, man.
Yeah. Verse 26. Turn again to the Most High and turn away from iniquity. For he will lead thee out of darkness into the light of health,
Right, so he said he gonna lead you out of that, man, into the light of health. Go ahead.
and hate thou abomination vehemently.
All right. Hate abomination vehemently, man. So it's telling you, hey, look, get straight, man. Stay faithful. And the Most High gonna lead you. But if you don't, you're gonna get led straight to hell, man. And not the one where a big red man punch you in the face, man. Hell meaning death.
Right.
All right? You're gonna get jacked up in this society. That's what's gonna happen, and you're gonna bug out, man. And you're gonna be looking crazy, man. Talking about the earth flat and everything, man. You're gonna be nuts. And you're gonna think that you're right. You know? And Lord will, y'all bros had anything else?
And just be patient, man. Hey, you know, it's order within the camp. Follow the chain of command. The elders of your camp or the heads of your camp, if they're not elders as of yet, you know, they've been ordained through the Spirit, man. You know, so just be wise out here, man.
Yeah, do what the Lord told you to do, man. Because, hey, when they first hit, yeah, it's sweet. Feels good. But you get thrown out your comfort zone, man. Understand it and embrace it, man. Hey, the Lord is correcting us, man. Making us better. So, once again, want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to our elders, the apostles of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers who are out there doing the work in sincerity and in truth. Death to America, Kwam Yasha Allah. Shalom.
Shalom.